Welcome back to part 19 of the Gods and Goddesses of the Prince of Egypt. This week, let's look at another lioness goddesses. I don't know how there are so many of these. I have mentioned her in passing several times because she comes from a very famous family of gods and goddesses in ancient Egyptian mythology. This is Now, Tefnut is the goddess of moisture, moist air, dew, and rain. Her name literally translates to that water, though her name has been linked to the word tefen, which is a verb meaning to spit. Her name was even written with the hieroglyph of a mouth in later texts. Tefnut is the daughter of Re-Atum, and Pyramid Text 527 talks about how she was born. Atum was creative in that he proceeded to sneeze while in Heliopolis, and brother and sister were born, that is, Shu and Tefnut. She was also married to Shu, who is the god of the air, and that's typical in ancient Egyptian mythology and in royal families to get married to siblings. Together, they gave birth to the goddess Nut, who's the goddess of the sky, and Geb, the god of the earth. And then her grandchildren were the big four deities, Osiris, Isis, Seth, and Nephthys. She was then part of what we call the Aeneid of Heliopolis. This is a group of 9 deities that I just mentioned that were in the center of the creation myth that developed in Heliopolis. Tefnut typically appears as a woman with the head of a lioness, though she can also appear as a lioness herself. And typically she has a solar disk with a uraeus that shows that she is the daughter of the god Re, god of the sun. During the 18th and 19th dynasties, she was actually depicted in a human form with this low, flat headdress on top of her head, and sometimes there are sprouting plants coming from it. This is particularly popular during the Amarna period, where Akhenaten's mother, Queen Tiye, was depicted wearing the same headdress. Obviously, Tefnut was worshipped in Heliopolis, but she also had a cult center in Leontopolis, which is now called El Mukfam. In Heliopolis, she actually had a sanctuary that was called the Lower Menset, and in Leontopolis, in the Nile Delta, she and Shu were worshipped as a pair of lions. Check back in tomorrow for a goddess of fertility whose animal form is one of the most interesting in ancient Egyptian mythology.